Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to start Chapter 2, Role of the Government in Health. This is Social and Political Life chapter. Healthcare is an aspect that has been neglected in India. It needs to be taken up on war footing, ready to fight for. The Constitution of India says that the state shall endeavor, means shall achieve, to raise the standard of living of the people, raise the level of nutrition, and improve the public health. But it is hardly available to the poor, these things. The section discusses how the disadvantaged faces large problems in keeping the good health, means the poor people. Every citizen has the right to the basic amenities needed to keep good health. Good health comprises of your physical, mental and spiritual well-being. The government has taken strict steps through various public awareness programs to keep the surroundings neat and clean. The Union government, the central government of India, launched Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on Gandhi Jayanti in 2014, means 2nd October 2014, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched. What is needed is to persuade the people, is to convince the people to keep their surroundings clean and free from mosquitoes and flies because they spread diseases. We should not let water collect around our houses. Use boiled and filtered water for drinking. Individual cleanliness is very important. These were the aspects on which the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was working. So now we are going to start the chapter about with what is health. So what is health according to you? It is directly associated with the physical well-being, means we are free from any illness, therefore not having to visit a doctor. Okay, means physical well-being of a person, free from illness and not to visit a doctor. If disease or illness or an accident is not only thing that could affect our body, we could be prone to illness if we do not get enough food. If we are not having any diseases, we are not having any illness, we are not having any accident, but still some things are there that could affect our body. That is, if we are not getting enough food, not proper nutrition we are taking. Cramped. Cramped means great and unventilated. Means it has been great efforts have been done. The unventilated things. Unventilated means when some places there where we are not provided with fresh air. Cramped means a small place where we are not having provided with the fresh air. That is unventilated. Cramped means small. Unventilated means not provided with the fresh air. Living conditions. These also may be reason to fall ill. If the place is cramped, it is a too small, no fresh air, ventilation is not there, then also you can fall ill. Mental and physical strain, if you are having stress mental and physically, it can also cause grave illness. So what you should do? All strive means you should do great effort to remain in good health by practicing the clean habits. Healthcare conditions in India are very poor. India, being one of the poorer countries of the world, it has largest number of hospitals and medical colleges in the world. It produces almost 15,000 doctors every year. In India, the people are having ill health because of the population. The population of the India is increasing day by day. In the rural areas, the population is increasing. They are not having good hospitals, well qualified doctors in the rural areas. Most medical practitioners want to practice in big cities where they live, where they can get better opportunities, bigger opportunities. They want to work over there. Villagers, they often to travel miles before they can get medical treatment. For better medical treatment, villagers have to travel miles. A report says that there were 11,174 hospitals functioning in 1991. In 1991, there were 11,174 hospitals in India. The number grew to 18,218 hospitals in 2000. And now the hospitals numbers are really large. India has large number of hospitals, as many 5 lakh people die of tuberculosis every year. You know, India is having so many hospitals, but yearly 5 lakh people dies due to tuberculosis, TB. It is a disease. This number has not changed since independence. 2 million cases of malaria are registered every year. There is no sign of decrease in this number. Every year, dengue malaria cases are there. India is the fourth largest producer of medicines in the world. A large quantity of medicine is even exported to different parts of the world from India only. We are the fourth largest producer of the medicines in the world, and we export it to the different parts of the world. It is said that we are not able to provide clean and drinking water to the people. 21% of all communicable diseases that are transmitted from one person to another, like diarrhea, typhoid, hepatitis, etc., are the waterborne diseases and spread due to the contamination of water. When the water is not clean, it is due to that these diseases are being spread. India gets large number of medical tourists every year. Patients from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Asian countries, they visit India for the treatment in hospitals that offer world-class facilities at lower cost. Many patients they travel to India from neighboring countries for medical treatment. This is called medical tourism. So what is medical tourism? When the patients they travel to India from the neighboring countries for their medical treatment. If I look at the fact there are so many hospitals with medical advancement, it is not true that the government is not able to provide good health services. If the people from foreign countries get themselves treated in the best hospital here, why can't the government make the same facility available for the poor people? Means for the people who are poor, the government should provide these facilities cheaply to its own people. Now, public and private healthcare services. Health services are broadly divided into two categories. People having low income, they go to government hospitals or dispensaries. Those who have better means they are having better, they can pay better, they go to private hospitals, nursing homes where they are getting good facilities. So, a majority of people in India cannot really afford the high expenses of private nursing homes and health clinics. So, they go to government hospitals. Let us read a story. There are many stories, so kindly understand the story very carefully. Hakim Sheikh. He was member of Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti, PBKMS. It is an organization of agricultural laborers in West Bengal. One day in the year 1992, he accidentally fell off a running train and suffered massive injuries. So Hakim Sheikh, he was member of Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti, organization of agricultural laborers in West Bengal. So in 1992, he fell off running train and suffered a massive injuries due to that. This is a government hospital, AIMS. So what happened when he was fell off a train and suffered massive injuries? He was rushed to a government hospital in Kolkata, but was refused admission and treatment because of non-availability of a bed. Because bed was not there, so the hospital refused him that we cannot get this patient admitted and treated because we are not having a bed. The next hospital did not have specialized doctors to treat him, so they also did not admit him. That we are not having specialized doctor that can treat such case, so we cannot admit him. From one government hospital to another, he went in search of that one hospital would admit him. After the struggle of 14 hours of running around, they could get a medical treatment in a private hospital. This hospital charged him heavily for his treatment. This is a private hospital, Fortis. So Hakim Sheikh was so upset and angry that he filed a case in the court. He was right in action because it is our basic right to get proper and timely treatment at government hospital, and all the government hospital refused him because they are not having bed, sometimes they are not having specialized doctors. So he was very angry with it. So it's government responsibility to safeguard the right to life to every individual. In case of Hakim Sheikh, the court directed the state government to reimburse the amount of money Hakim Sheikh spent on his treatment at the private hospital. So the court, when he took the case to the court, so the court decided the state government will give the money back to Hakim Sheikh, whatever he has spent in the private hospital, okay, for his treatment. So state government will give him that money back. It was decided by the state government. So let us study the case of two friends, Anmol and Madan. Anmol's parents were poor, while Madan belonged to a well-to-do family. It happened that both fell ill due to viral fever simultaneously. Means Anmol and that Madan, they were good friends, and Anmol was poor, Madan was rich, so they both fell ill due to viral fever. Madan was taken to a big private hospital. He was rich with modern facility. His father had to pay 500 at reception before the doctor examined him. The hospital was very well managed. Staff was very caring. The doctor said that Madan would have to undergo certain tests. He was taken to laboratory where a lady took his blood sample. She was very efficient. The result came on the next day. The doctor prescribed him some expensive medicines and asked him to take rest. There was no need to worry. So what happened? See, Madan went to a private hospital. First at reception, father gave 500. Then doctor examined him. Staff was caring, managing. Then nurse took Madan for some certain test we will do. Blood sample was taken. Then for that also they have given money. The result came out next day. So doctor prescribed him some expensive medicine and said, no need to worry, he'll be all right. Now I am talking about Anmol here. Anmol was taken to a hospital. It was not all pleasant. After much debate, Anmol's father took him to a government hospital. As his father had anticipated, they had to wait in a long queue in front of the OPD counter before their turn came. See, he was so ill, Anmol. They went to government hospital and there was a long queue in the OPD counter. They have to wait for their turn. The long wait made Anmol sick and weaker. The doctor had been examining too many patients. He was in a bad mood. He sent Anmol to get some tests done. Again, they had to stand in long queue for the test also. The test result came after 8 days. Again a visit to the OPD. Only this time they found another doctor over there. The same doctor was not there. He prescribed him some fever reducing pills. He advised not to worry because it's just a viral fever. The doctor sounded irritated and tired when he was asked questions. Okay. So here Anmol father took him to a government hospital. Okay. As the father had anticipated. So he has to stand in a long queue in the OPD waiting for his turn. Anmol got sick and weaker due to that, because the doctor at the same time he was examining too many patients. Then when he examined him, he said that he has to do certain test on Anmol. Then again they have to stand in a long queue for the test also. Test result came after 8 days. The next day they went to OPD, another doctor was there. That same doctor was not there. He prescribed him some fever reducing pill and said not to worry, it's just a viral fever. The doctor sounded very irritatedly and tired when he was asked questions. So my question is from you people, why did Madan father have to spend so much money on his treatment? Second question is, what problems did Anmol face in the government hospital? My third question is, who got faster and better treatment, Anmol or Madan? You have to tell me. So, as you can see, both Anmol and Madan, they were having a viral fever, which was cured by fever-reducing pills, but at different cost. Madan father had to spend 3,500. Anmol father spent only rupees 150. The Public Health Service is a government undertaking that provides medical treatment in both the rural areas also and the urban areas also. If I talk about the villages, it maintains health cares run by nurses and a village healthcare worker. The healthcare centers work under the supervision of PHC doctors, Public Health Center doctor. Okay, it covers many villages together. These public health centers, they are having the health worker, the nurse. Okay, these centers are run under the supervision of public health centers. They cover many villages together. Next is district hospital, that is in the district. In cities, there are many government hospitals. Public hospitals provided services to all free of cost or at very low cost. The money to run public hospital comes from us only because we are the public. We provide quality healthcare services. The government hospitals provide quality healthcare services to all the people. Besides treating the general public, these hospitals also take up the task of prevention of the spread of diseases. Like today, COVID is going on, coronavirus is going on, like TB, tuberculosis, jaundice, malaria, cholera, etc. So public hospitals, they take up the campaigning with public participation in eradicating, removing mosquito breeding and polio prevention. It is our basic right to get proper and timely treatment at the government hospital. This is our basic right which should be given to us. So see, this is OPD of a government hospital. The people are waiting in a long queue. And this is a mobile clinic that provides quick healthcare services to the poor, going villages by villages. Private health facilities. As the name suggests, private hospitals are not funded by the government. They are totally owned by private individuals or the companies. Their testing services, they are having specialized testing services like ultrasound, x-rays, endoscopy, etc. Most of them employ highly qualified and experienced doctors. They can perform complex operations. They are having qualified doctors, the experienced doctors. There are many private hospitals in big cities where they can make enormous, means much more profit. They have their own medicine centers, means their own medicine counter from where you can take the medicine outlet. The treatment is very fast because they are equipped with modern facilities. Cities provide better opportunities to doctors in terms of earning, facilities. So most of the doctors, they set up their clinic in the urban areas, not in the rural areas. Okay, that's why the rural area lag behind. Healthcare and equality. With the increase of private participation in healthcare, more and more doctors are taking jobs in private hospitals because in private hospitals they are getting much higher salaries as compared to government hospitals. Private hospital main motive is to make profit because they are having a good reputation. These doctors prescribe many unnecessary and inexpensive medicine. When you go to private hospital, na, they'll give you expensive medicine and unnecessary medicine that is not needed also. They will tell you to go through certain tests also which is not required even. So poor people who go for treatment in these hospitals, they land up in huge debts because they cannot pay this much na. So debt is there, a liability. Okay, they cannot pay this much, so they land up in huge debts. Okay, either they take from someone else the money because they are not having enough money, so they have to pay that person also back the money. Many have to sell their belongings for the nursing bills. Poor do not get the basic necessities like safe drinking water, housing facility, clean surroundings. They are more prone to illness. The costly medical treatment on the top of it makes their life miserable. It makes their life more difficult because the costly hospital bills, medical treatment, they make their life more miserable. Did you know, according to the UNICEF, more than 2 million children die every year in our country from preventable infections? Lack of money is not always the reason for not getting proper timely treatment. Women are considered less important than men, so their health is normally ignored in the rural areas. So, all said and done, an illness in a family, rich or poor, is a cause of anxiety, is a cause of worry. When anybody is ill in your family, na, either you belong to a rich family, either you belong to a poor family, it causes anxiety, worry to the people. What can be done? The healthcare situations of the majority of Indian is not very good. The government is responsible for providing us good healthcare services, especially to the poor people. Beta, basic amenities should be provided by government like proper diet, clean environment, etc. You should take care of these things. Good social economic conditions. It is important to work on both the issues. Okay, it is important to work on the social economic conditions of the country. Anganwadi workers, okay, they are the helpers, are the grassroots functionary at village level of the delivery of services under central and state government schemes. They impart training to rural women and take care of children. So this Anganwadi worker, they take care of the rural women and they give training to the rural women and take care of the children. The central government has recently taken several steps to revamp the Anganwadi scheme, to reform it. So I'm telling you one experience, the Kerala experience. In order to improve the healthcare facilities in Kerala, a program was undertaken by the state government in which 40% of the state fund was given to the panchayat. 40% of the money of the state government was given to the panchayat in 1996. The panchayat was given these 40% funds to provide better facilities to the villagers. Food was made available, women upliftment programs to help them becoming independent, that they can earn a livelihood. Education was provided to the children. See, Kerala done a lot. They provided 40% to the villagers. This 40% fund of the state was provided to the panchayat for the betterment facilities to the villagers. Food was available to them. Women upliftment, that women will be independent and earn a living. And education was provided to the children. Anganwadi scheme were launched. It was resulted in huge success because they impart the training to the rural women and they take care of the children, like their polio, any injection which is being provided to the children, that takes care. It resulted in huge success. The situation in the villages improved. One could see the clean and pure water was supplied regularly. Health centers started functioning properly. In the schools, the enrollment of students were more. Other problems also rose, like medicine shortage was there, doctor shortage was there, not enough beds were available in the hospitals. The Costa Rican approach, the healthiest of all countries of the Latin America, is Costa Rica. It is a country in Latin America which is the healthiest one. It was decided in the country's constitution not to have an army. It is written in their constitution not to have an army. It is a known fact that government has to spend a lot of money in the maintenance of their army. We are also having an army. We are spending a lot money to maintain the army. So Costa Rica decided, instead of spending money on the army, we need to spend it on public health and basic needs of the people. So government provides potable drinking water. They look after the sanitation and nutrition of the people. They look after the housing facilities provided to the people. The government spends much on the public health care and education rather than on army. So government spends on public health care and education in the Costa Rica. That is a country in Latin America. Healthiest country in the Latin America. Okay? Thank you and have a nice day ahead.